Hi friends, welcome back. And today we are going to discussing about our how to handle for web table in our Playwright Java. See, there are multiple ways of web tables we have. One is dynamic, and another one is static. Okay, what can it is do? If you see this particular web application, static web table is nothing but it will never change the values. Dynamics means whenever the refresh happen or every time login is happen, that moment that value will be a change. Now here dynamic values, right? Now Internet Explorer CPU is 9.1 percentage. If I refresh this particular page, if you come down, see dynamic, it is coming for Internet Explorer. It is not there. Even number also it is not there. Previous 9 point is there. Now it is 6.5 CPU. Again I will refresh. Coming to the dynamic internet 6.2. Again it will come to here. The values will be a here only, but it will be a change the positions. This also headers also it will change. Except name remaining things will change. Okay, these positions will be changed. Name will be a present here only, but the values will be a change according to that. Okay. Those values also we can able to see in the down as well. Okay. And another format is pagination. Pagination is nothing but we can see now here it is only for some web application, maybe it is a next and previous, the buttons will be there. Okay. You can choose by clicking for numbers, or you can choose for clicking for next or previous. Okay, anything you can able to choose based upon that. You can able to check the based upon the value it is matched. Okay, this is the one. Okay, there are three different. You can see, right, static and dynamically value changing and pagination. Okay, in this particular video, first I'm going to show you a static table, how we can able to get the values, and then we can able to print into the console. Okay, and even we can able to do for the pagination in the next video session. And the dynamic type you can try with this one for best practicing purpose, whether you can able to do it or not after completion of my two videos. Okay, try with that. In case if you are not able to achieve that particular dynamic one also, then you can let me know, then I will try to finish that as well. Okay, I'll upload that video as well. Okay, before closing my this particular playlist. Okay, now I'll create here one file, tc10 static web table. Okay. I'll paste here and we'll go and take this particular URL. Okay, what are the things we can do? First, we can need to find the complete table, how many rows we have. Okay, and then second case is how many columns we have. Okay, and then we can able to verify any value or print any value. Okay, you can able to use for loop, or you can directly take the path, or if you want to without for loop at the single line, how to print complete table with a single line code. Okay, these are the things we'll see. Okay, now I'll take for the path for here. Okay, if I inspect this particular element, you can see here it is there. If I go here, the name it is there. Okay, we can able to take the CSS selector path, or you can able to choose for anything. Okay, now I'm going to choose for here like this, and then if I use for TRs, and here is T body. After T body, we have for TR. Okay, after T body and TR will be there. Now with this particular TR, based upon the how many it is there, 7 TRs are there. We need to print that 7 TRs count. Okay. Sorry, locator, rows count. Okay, and here I'm going to take for page dot locator, and I'm passing this all the locator. Okay, and I'm going to row count dot count is there. Okay, we can take directly count also here. We can use for here count, and here we can able to use for integer value, then integer function, then we can able to validate int count. Okay, this particular count I will print. Row count. Okay, now similar format I need to find for each and every cell. How many cells we have, that many cells I need to find it. How to find that, like columns I need to find, and how many cells we also using. Here it is basically, if you see, right, TD is there, and if you go here, TH is there. Okay, TH is indication for header. Okay, and that we are going to find for TH. How many TH is there? Is a column count. It's a columns. How many columns we have, that many columns we can able to find it. Okay. Now I'll find for directly now. Page dot locator, and I'll pass this value dot count. Okay. Now I'll print for this entire value. Okay. Count. Okay. And we even you can able to find for each cell value how many cells we have. Okay, both the cases we can see now. I'll copy here, paste it. Okay, now here it will become a cell. For this I need to use for TR location, I can able to use for TD. Okay, total 24 we have. Okay, for the 24 we can able to get the 24 or not, we can see. Okay, now I'm running this one. To check this, we need to see for 24 and 4 columns and 24 cells and rows 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 rows. Okay, whether it will be displayed or not, we can see. 7 rows, 4 columns and 24 cells. Okay, we can able to get it. And if you want to print for specific value, we can able to get the value like directly by providing for which row number. Now I am going to use for row. 2. Now 2 it is there. Okay, and TD nth child 1. Okay, that is a learning selenium. Okay, I'm going to print for exact value. Okay, now page dot locator, I'm passing this locator dot text context. Okay, test context, it will return for string value, right? Now string text equal to, and I'm going to printing this one. Text. Okay, now I'm saving. If I run now this one, you can able to see it will print for the specific text which we have indicated this path. Okay. Now you can see learn Selenium. Okay. And if I want to print for all the rows values, like all the rows and all the columns, what are the things we have, that everything I want to print, then how we can able to do? See, in this situation, what will happen, right? We can able to see some problem here. Okay, what problem it will comes? Not the problem actually. It's a kind of for loop. Now again, see now I need to write for multiple lines for first row, and then again inside that another for loop I have to write, and then I need to get the each and every value, right? Because we have only four cells. If you use for this entire rows, it will run for all the rows, but you need to specifically you need to get the all the values, right? Then again two for loops or single for loop you need to use, and you need to print it everything, right? This is not the good way, because we can able to do that because it is a lengthy process. If someone don't know how to write the for loops and all, that moment they can able to get some confusion also, which for loop it is going and where it is going and how it is going. To reducing the lines of code, I can able to write for a single code, which is indication for uh, scope. Okay, there is a scope. It is there. The scope, based upon the scope, we can able to get it all the rows, all the columns. How we can able to get that, right? Now this is my tr. Okay, this is row count one. Okay, this is the one, it is there. Okay, now I'm going to use for row count dot locator. Okay, there is a method called scope. Okay, we have for a scope function in our playwright. Okay, and then all inner text. Then I'm going to use for each loop, and here I can able to use for e, and then sys out lambda expression, this one. Okay, and here I'm going to use for e to print the value. Okay, this is basically it will print for complete text. How it will work, we can see first running this application whether we are able to print complete table or not. Based upon that we can able to talk, right? Now I'm minimizing this one. You can see here all right, book name, author, subject, price, it is there. Okay, learning Amit Selenium 300. If you see here as well, and I'll slightly decrease the size, and you can see here, if you go down, see learning Selenium and Amit Selenium 300, 500, 300, 2000 and 1000 rupees, and 3000 also it is there. You need to lightly move this one. Okay. Then you can able to see here also 3000 is there. Okay, like this you can able to print. See, instead of writing for all the things like a for loops and everything, it will declare immediately and it will get that complete table. How it works? Basically, the scope is a function to define that entire table. It will read and then it will take the all the text values from that particular table. We are mentioned here up to table T-body and TR. In this particular TR, what are the values it is there, it will capture by using the scope. This scope help you to get the all the text for the complete table. Then you can able to for each loop, and then you can able to rotate. It's a easy way. Compare comparing to write for loops and printing all the values, you can able to do it easily by using this particular form. Okay, I hope it this entire information helpful for you. Thank you for watching, and please do subscribe and share to your friends and colleagues. Thank you.